Hello, everyone. This is Miss Xiao. Today, I would like to address a question taken from Raffles Girls Primary School, Prelim paper from 2022, question 17. This was one of the questions that I've given my student lately, and I've also taken time to work out the steps so that you can benefit from it too. So let's jump right in and have a look at it. Right, so let's take a look at what the question talks about first. It says that Sulin bought a total of 1,540 beads in 3 different shapes for her craft work. Okay, so what I would do is usually I will underline what's key to the question. 1,540 beads, 3 different shapes. Okay, the ratio of the round beads to square beads is 1:7. So I will also take note that two of the 3 types of beads is round and square, and in the ratio 1:7. She used 2/3 of the square beads and all of the round beads. Take note, 2/3 square beads used, all of the round beads used. Half of the triangular beads were left. Now, what does this sentence mean? If half of the triangular beads were left, that means we can actually say that there were half the triangular beads used. And in the end, the total number of beads left was 675. Okay, with that, what was the ratio of the total number of round and square beads used to the total number of round and square beads left? B. What was the number of triangular beads at first? So let's take a look at this. How do we represent it? Now, first and foremost, based on the first sentence, we might just want to put down the ratio of beads for round to square. Okay? So I will start off by putting round beads to square beads in the ratio of 1:7. Now, out of this, she used 2/3 of the square beads and all of the round beads. Okay, the fact that she uses 2/3 of the round beads means that under round beads, right, I need to split this one unit into 3 smaller parts, which makes it very difficult. We have to deal with 1/3 of a unit. So it would be better for us to consider another ratio, an equivalent ratio to 1:7, such that this number over here under round, under square beads can be divided by 3 nicely. Okay, so under 7, we want to consider the third multiple of 7, which is 21. Okay, so 3 to 21. This 21 over here can be divided very nicely into 3 equal units, 3 smaller units, so to speak. Okay, now, apart from that, we also take a note that out of the triangular beads, which we don't know proportion, half of it was used, half of it was left. Oh, okay, looks like that's about the information that we have. And let's try to perhaps put it in a diagram form so that we can understand it better. Okay, so we have round beads, we have square beads, and we have triangular beads. Now, round beads and square beads, we know the proportion. So I'm going to put down round beads 3 units. Square beads would be 21 units. I'm going to draw just one whole big block for easy reference. If not, we'll be looking at so many small units. Oops. Okay, let me draw a little neater. Okay, and under round beads, I'm going to put it down as 3 units. Okay, pardon me. Let me redraw it. This would be my 3u. Under square, I will have to draw out what it means by 21u. Okay, and out of the 21u, let me just break it down into 2/3 being used and 1/3 left. So how could I break it down? Let's see. 2/3 of the 21 units that were being used, that would make up 14 units. Okay, so perhaps I would break it down into this. This will be 14u and this will be 7u. Okay, now with reference to the round and the square beads, all 3 units were being used for round. Okay, and for square, it's just 14 units being used and 7 units left. Okay, and how about the triangular beads? Now, triangular beads, no mention how much it is in proportion to the other 2 types of beads. I'm just going to draw a random bar and I'm going to divide it into 2 parts. Okay, one is used and one is unused. So I will put it as, instead of units, I'll put it as one part, and the first part is the one that has been used. Okay, so whatever that has been shaded is whatever that has been used. Now, let's see what else we can do to furnish with more information. It's mentioned in the question that in the end, the total number of beads left was 675. Okay, so we could put that down. Now, what comprises of the beads left? Well, the unshaded parts in the diagrams. So unshaded part would mean that we take the one part plus 7 units, and that makes up 675. Okay. What other information do we know? Well, if we have the total number of beads given at the start as 1,540, and before the questions are given, 675 beads are left, that means we know how many beads have been used, right? So the number of beads used will actually be 1,540, take away 675, and that would give us 865. Okay, so you can see that I'm trying to piece information with regards to 2 aspects: beads left, beads used. So in terms of the beads used, how can we write it down then? Now let's see. In terms of the beads used, let's refer back to the diagram. Okay, under R, we have 3 units. Okay, so we can, this implies that 3 units of the round ones were used, 14 units of the square ones were used, and 1 part of the triangular ones were used, and that adds up to be 865. Okay, great. Do we have a problem? Yes, we have units and parts. So how can we resolve this? Well, let's take a look at this and see whether we can try to manipulate this. What does 1 part plus 7 units gives you 675 actually mean? Now, pictorially, in a pictorial form, 1 unit and 1 part and 7 units makes up 675. So if I were to draw 2 bars of equal size to signify the equal sign, at the top, I'm going to split it into 1 part and 7 units. Let's say this takes up 1 part, this takes up 7 units, and its sum makes up 675. Okay, so if I were to ask you, now how would we represent 1 part? 1 part would be made up of the difference between 675 and 7 units. Okay, so we could rewrite this as one part equals to 675 take away 7 units. This is key. It's key because we can use it to replace this. Okay, so what happens to this equation that we have written? Well, 3 units plus 14 units remains. And instead of 1p, I'm going to write it down as 675 take away 7u, and that gives us 865. Following that, what I could do is to simplify the whole equation. On the left, you realize that the units can be put together. 3 units plus 14 units, that gives 17. 17 units take away 7 units, that gives us 10 units. Okay, plus 675, and that would give us a total of 865. Okay, now how do we work out what 1 unit is? So again, if we were to draw out a model, how does this look like? We have 2 bars. Okay, and the top bar, I'm going to write it as 10u and 675. Bottom bar, this makes up a total of 865, which means to say that actually 10 units is the difference between 865 and 675. Okay, and that gives 190. So from here, so from here, we could find that 1 unit is actually 190 divided by 10, that gives 19. Okay, great. We have 1 unit already being 19. Okay. Usually at this point, I will look back at the question and it should answer most of it. What was the ratio of the total number of round and square beads used to the total of round and square beads left? Okay, so round plus square beads used to the round and square beads left. Let's see. Those that have been used, round and square, we have 3 units here and 14 units. So that would be for the used portion. Round and square beads left, we just have 7 units left. Okay, so to sum up 3 and 14, that will be 17 units to 7 units. And let's reduce it because units are non-essential since they are the same on both ends of the ratio. So it's 17 to 7. That's for A. Now for B, what was the number of triangular beads at first? So let's see. We come back to the diagram. Triangular beads at first would make up 2 parts. We know 1 unit. Can we find what 1 part is? Of course. Well, based on what we have as what 1 unit is, let's put that value back in here, okay, in order to find 1 part. So if 1 part is actually equals to 675, take away 7 units, and we know that 1 unit is 19, let's find 7 units. 7 units being 7 multiplied by 19, and that gives 133. So therefore, 1 part would give you 675, take away 133. That will be 542. That's only 1 part. Let's find 2 parts to make up the original number of triangular beads. So 2 parts would be twice of 542, and that would make 1,084 triangular beads. Yeah, so this is how the entire question is being worked out. I hope that you have learned something helpful, something challenging as well. Yeah, I'm quite sure. Well, it's a good learning experience nonetheless. Yep. And well, hope you'll continue to come back for more of the sharing. As and when I have something new, I would like to share it here as well with everyone. Goodbye.